so I've owned this 350Z convertible or Spider for about a year now, just over a year, and I'm looking to get rid of it basically. So that's why I'm doing one of these videos that everyone's done. 5 things I hate about my 350Z. There will be a 5 things I love about the 350Z as well, and I guess you could probably count these as a bit of a buyer's guide. I know this isn't my usual content to my normal subscribers, but I need to get back into doing vlogs because I enjoy them, and I thought what better way to do it than to do this. So 5 things I hate about my 350Z. As a disclaimer, I absolutely love this car. I think it's fantastic. I'm used to Audis, or I was anyway, and I got rid of an Audi A3 and an A4 Cabriolet to pick up this, and I absolutely love it. I think it's really, I love the car. There's nothing really, you know, that I would massively change on it. I don't think it's shit by any means. I really, really like the car. But there are some things which are not very good at all. And part of them have been corrected with mods, which you guys can probably do as well, or I would recommend them anyway. First things first, the interior. Now, these cars get knocked for the interior all the time, and they really are not the best interiors. They're not horrendous, but if you're used to German cars, the JDM market, it's not, or the JDM scene, the interiors are just not as good. It's very plasticky, which I don't mind. There's a little bit of soft touch material on some of the dash, but the main thing, which is the main bugbear about the interior, is it scratches. The paint scratches. And this car, when I bought it, had about 70,000 miles on it, which for an 07 plate is pretty good. But even still, the interior was scratched. And yeah, sure, you can probably redo it here and there and get some more paint and stuff, but at the end of the day, it's one of those things that you go, oh well, I best not, you know, do I wear my ring, do I touch too much, and it just scratches the interior. It's very, very easy to scratch. So that's the issue. That's one of the things I would recommend looking out for when you're looking to buy it. If you see scratches, it's normal. You can't really avoid them. So if you see scratches, don't turn up a car just based on the scratches, because that really is a normal thing. The other thing, which I really, really hate, and this is convertible specific, is, and this is kind of a double-pronged sword, is it's really loud in here. Like really, really, really loud. So I had an Audi A4, a convertible cabriolet, and Audi they're good cars. I didn't really like that car, but they are good cars, and they're very high quality. And part of that quality was the lining for the roof. The lining for the roof was exceptional, and it really, really was. They have like 3 linings. So they have the mohair on the outside, which is of a high quality. Then they have like an internal, almost like an insulated layer, and then they have like a carpeted layer, which is what you see. And the result of that is a really, really nice sound. You don't hear too much. You don't really know you're in a convertible. With this, that's the roof. I'm touching the roof now, and there's no extra lining. You can even see the bars for the roof, and it's not good. It's cheap. It's loud as hell as well. Like, it's really, really loud in here. I'll show you, I'll overlay a clip. You can hear how loud it is. And then to do with the convertible roof, which you guys will probably know of if you've looked at the convertible 350Zs, is the quality of the material that they made the roof with is so shit. It just splits. It's really, really not good. There's some seam lines which they have, and all down there they will just split, and there's nothing you can do to avoid it. It's just a really bad quality material which they used. It doesn't look to be mohair. which is what most convertible roofs are made of. It's not really vinyl, it's some kind of weird in-between material, and it's crap. It's a crap material. Nissan really cheaped out on it. And I know a lot of people will go, well, why have you got like a convertible sports car, you know, 350Z, they're good coupes and stuff like this. And when I went from the A4 Cabriolet to this, I just wanted a convertible, and they're good. Like, they are a little bit heavier, but on a whole, they're quite rare. You don't really see them around that often. And because you see the 350Z sporadically, it's nicer to see a 350Z convertible, because you just don't see them very often. So I thought for the rarity of it, that's why I bought it. So that's the second thing I hate about my 350Z convertible. The third thing I hate about it was the stock engine note. So the exhaust system on a 350Z as stock is fine. It's not that bad, but it sounds like crap. It's not like the best sound ever. When you get a 350Z, if you get one, if you're in the market for one, I would highly recommend getting a Cobra full sports exhaust. They're really, really good. They, with a remap and a tune, they up the power a little bit as well. And yeah, so the engine note's not very good. For a sports car that is relatively fast, it's just not that good. And with the upgrade, the mod though, that's when the engine really comes to life. That's when you can really hear it. It sounds great, and it sounds as fast as it is. When it's stock, it's just not that good. So fourth thing, which kind of ties in with the exhaust system, I guess, is the stock throttle response. If you get a 350Z, you really should get a remap and a tune. It's called a rev up tune, I think. I had mine done by Abbey Motorsports, and they're a great company. Go check them out if you're in the UK. But you should really get a remap and a tune, because there's so much more power to be made from these VQ engines. This is a VQ, not a HR. There's so much more power to be made from these VQ engines that you really do need that remap. But it's not only that, is that the MPG is, and again, I know it's a sports car, I know I'm talking about miles per gallon, but the MPG is shit. Like, it is absolutely shocking. But you can improve it by about 10 MPGs just by having a remap and a tune. So it's really important, if you want to just eke out that little bit more power, but then also get a little bit more economical with your car, which is you know, a plus to anyone, get a remap and a tune. The rev up remap is good. You get 5 maps. Some of them improve the throttle response, they improve the overall power and performance of the car. It's just a really, really key thing to get. And that's one of the things that I hated, was just the throttle response was just not very good. You'd put your pedal to the floor and it wouldn't, there'd be a delay. It's not that good. It was just very underwhelming by comparison to what it is now. So I think I've done 4. I think that was number 4. So what is the 5th thing I hate about my Nissan 350Z? It's the paintwork. So I mentioned the interior quality. The paint they used on the outside of these cars is so bad. So in terms of, if you're looking to buy a 350Z, you will always have rock chips, stone chips up the front of your car. Unless the car's been wrapped in a clear wrap, you will always have those stone chips. And part of that is just because of the paint that they used was so, it was like a thin layered, lightweight paint for weight saving, I guess, but they barely saved any weight on that kind of crap. So that's one thing that's really, really bad, is that the front end of the car, and you'll see it now, I'll put it on the screen, is just shocking. Like, it's really, really not good. And that's one thing I absolutely hate. It's just not good. It's cheap paint. If you get a 350Z, you see rock chips on it, don't pass it up, because if it's a good example of a 350Z, that's just what they are, is that they do have the rock chips, and they're unavoidable. The rock chips are there. It's just what you have to put up with. So that is the 5 things I hate about my Nissan 350Z convertible. Some of them are convertible specific, some of them are just specific to any of them. I know a lot of people will whine on about oil consumption in 350Zs, but at the end of the day, it's a naturally aspirated, high compression, high performance engine, relatively high performance. Oil consumption is always going to be an issue on an engine like that, so it's not something which I particularly hate. It's one of those things that when you buy the car, you expect it. So it's not something which I you know, can mark up as something I hate, because really, you need to know what you're getting into, and oil consumption is just one of those things with the sports car that you have. But like I said, as the disclaimer, I absolutely love this car. It's fantastic. The reason why I'm doing this, like I said, is because I'm thinking of selling it now. Had it for about a year. I think I'll probably buy a 370Z, just a little bit more modern interior. And this interior is fairly modern, it's not that bad. You can upgrade it with some interior modifications, which makes it a lot nicer. But I really do love this car. If anyone is looking to get a sports car, it's very difficult to beat the 350Z power for the money. It's very good. And the sound, with a new exhaust, very good. It's a nice sound, it's quick, it's good power delivery. But anyway, I'll save the other things that I like for another video, 5 things I love about my Nissan 350Z. Guys, if you're new to the channel, please do hit that subscribe button. There will be weekly vlogs coming to the channel very soon. I used to do a lot more vlogs, I don't do many now, and there will be a little bit more car stuff. It's not a car channel, this is a pop culture movie journalist channel, but I like cars as well, and people like my car, so that's why I did the video. Guys, as always, give this video a like and a share, that really helps me out. I've been Mr. H, and I'll catch you in the next video.